Go Island is brought to you by German Auto Import Network.
We're back at the SPCA today. There's a lot of animals looking for their forever home, including these two little guys.
On today's show, a close look at an iconic symbol of the 1960s. Ken Levine is performing at Nanaimo's Summertime Pops by the Sea, and another edition of Clock. To that and more in the next 30 minutes. You are watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4. This is Oreo, and he just kind of came over and said hello and has been sitting here purring ever since. I think he's my co-host for the day. He is looking for a home at the Nanaimo branch of the BCSPCA. We're going to look at a few of the animals that are looking for homes here today later on this edition of Go Island. But first, it's one of the most iconic cars to come out of a 1960s television series, the Batmobile. Here's Rayanne LaPlante. Looks like a pretty sweet ride. I think I'm a little bit jealous. They've got a pretty good gig there going with calendar cars. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4. This is Sasha. What a sweetheart.
Isn't she?
What's her story, Leon?
So Sasha's been with us since about November. She's a 5-year-old pit bull. We took her from a residence where she was basically being bred. It also seemed that she had some blunt trauma injuries. One side of her face is a little bit floppy. You can't really tell unless you know what you're looking for. And she had a spinal infection. So she was suffering from a lot of abuse and a lot of neglect.
So sad.
I know. But we took her in, and I tell you, if I've ever met a dog that's so loving of people, it's crazy. I sometimes call her the tongue.
She's going to go give the camera the tongue right now, maybe. Now, are people a bit hesitant because of the sort of reputation around pit bulls that maybe she's going to be here a little bit longer and why she's been here so long?
Some people. We actually do quite well with pit bull adoptions. They're a wonderful breed. I own myself a poodle and a pit bull.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Nanaimo is a city which has a legislation that restricts them and requires that they be muzzled unless they have what's called their Canine Good Neighbor certificate, which my dog has and which Sasha actually has as well.
Okay. How do you get one of those?
You can talk to Huggable or Dog Friendly Nanaimo. Basically, the CKC come along and it's a test of 20 different things that they look at, about 20, I think. And it's not difficult, but it's a basic obedience test.
Yeah.
Victoria and Duncan, I live in Duncan because Duncan doesn't have any restriction on pit bulls,
okay.
And Victoria doesn't either. So we're hoping that Nanaimo will move that way as people learn more about what the breed are actually like.
Yeah.
And they are usually like this. It's all about the owners and how you raise them.
Yeah. What kind of home would she do well in? What is she looking for?
Sasha has a lot of energy and needs to be with people. She absolutely hates being without her people. She was raised in an environment where she was neglected, so she did have to compete for food. So while she does get along with some other dogs, we have to be aware that when she's around food, that has to be fed separately because she will guard her own food. But she's come along so far and she's doing incredibly well.
And people can come on by during regular hours and do a little meet and greet and spend some time with Sasha and see if there's a fit.
That would be wonderful.
Okay, we're going to talk more about adoptions here at the Nanaimo branch of the SPCA later on this edition of Go Island. Time for a short break. What a sweetheart. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4. This is Tasha. What a sweetheart. She's giving you her cute face. Please come and adopt me. I'm looking for my forever home. You can come meet Tasha at the Nanaimo branch of the BCSPCA. You can visit their website for some more information on her and their hours for visitors. We're going to throw things over now to Sucheta Singh. She's going to spend some time with Ken Levine, who is performing at Summertime Pops by the Sea in Maffeo Sutton Park in Nanaimo this Saturday. Still ahead today on Go Island, Ken Levine, the man behind the music, and will a theater tradition stump the boys in Clock? The answer and much more still to come today on Go Island. Ken Levine will be performing in Summer Pops by the Sea this Saturday, August the 17th. It's a free family concert in Maffeo Sutton Park. It all gets away at 6 o'clock, but of course you want to get there earlier with your lawn chairs and your blankets and your picnics. Along with Kevin Levine, we will have Calvin Dick on stage there performing with members of the Vancouver Island Symphony and the Abbotsford Youth Orchestra. Summer Pops by the Sea this Saturday, 6 p.m., Maffeo Sutton Park. You are watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4. We're meeting a lot of animals today. They're all sweethearts and they're all looking for homes, and you can't see it right now, but Derek is behind the camera and he's getting nuzzled by one of the cats, as they like to do. This is Monty. What's the story with Monty?
So Monty is a 6-year-old adorable cat. He was stray. And was brought in. We tried to find his owners, but we couldn't. And he had something wrong with his eyes. So he's really playful too.
For 6 years old,
right?
Yeah.
He had what's called entropion, which is kind of a medical condition where the eyelids are folded in and the eyelashes can really irritate the eyes. So he had really bad eye infections. So he's had surgery to have that corrected, and his eyes, as you can see, are healing up and they're looking really clear.
Okay, and will they clear up even more, or is that okay?
Yeah, he's ready to go home now. He's all clear from the vet. Aww. And he's playful, and he's also a lap cat. He's a big boy, but there's nothing wrong with that, is there, Monty? He just likes his food.
Now, I hear that black cats are usually the last to go. I personally have black cats. I think they're very loyal. They're very affectionate. I don't have any of the bad luck thing. Is there any of that around white cats, and people don't want to take the white cats home?
No, white cats are very popular, and you're right. Okay. Black cats are the last to go. They stay here probably about a third longer than other cats on average. People tend to like the tabbies, the white cats, the calicos, the tortoiseshells, and the black. I have 4 of them. I brought 3 all the way from England with me, so I love black cats. They're a great, wonderful type of cat. Black cats are usually very friendly, very great family cats. I even had one person come and ask me once if, before they came into the cat area, if I could remove all of the black cats and put them in cages because they were superstitious and didn't want a cat running in front of them. I said no politely. But
that's just silliness. That is silliness. I always used to imagine that I'd have one black cat, one white cat, and the black cat would sit on the white couch and the white cat would sit on the black couch. But I kind of gave that up. We're going to come back and we'll look at more, look at some of the animals that are looking for homes here at the SPCA. In the meantime, here is your Get Up and Go community calendar. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4. I'm Kate Bergen. This is Leon Davis, the manager here at the Nanaimo Branch of the SPCA, BCSPCA. And this is Sylvester. We did meet him a couple weeks ago briefly, but we didn't get his story. And he's one of your favorites here, if you're allowed to pick favorites.
Yes, shh, don't say it too loudly. The other cats will get upset. Yeah, he's my favorite.
Why is that?
Well, sometimes older he's black and white for one thing, so that kind of puts him...
Yeah, we're going to put his best side forward here.
At odds a little bit. He's got a few strikes against him, so he's black and white. He's 16. Sylvester, come here. He's 16 years old.
Yeah, and not very happy with you right now.
Not happy with me, but very loving, honestly.
Right.
And he has a little bit of a heart murmur. Now, we don't know if that's going to shorten his life or not, but being black, being older, and having a heart murmur is something that people just aren't always interested in. He was...
You're not making yourself look very good, Sylvester.
If you don't give him enough attention, he will give you a little bit of a nip.
Yes, he's been very loving and sucky right up until we turned the camera on. At 16, that's pretty old for a cat already.
Yes, but he could live to be 20. He's actually, he's got a heart murmur. He has no other health conditions, and his heart doesn't seem to be causing him any trouble at the moment. His appetite's fine. The vets are happy for him to be adopted. But like I say, people aren't always interested. He came from a situation where the person had multiple cats and multiple dogs and actually had nowhere to live. They were living kind of, I think, in a tent, which wasn't good. So he came into us here. He has lived with children. He's good with children. He's lived with dogs, and he's lived with cats. So we're really looking for someone who's just going to be willing to maybe give him kind of a last chance at love, a retirement home for the little kitty, because we don't want him to be here for years. I'd take him home, but I have 4 already, and I get divorced if I brought another animal home.
I don't know how you do it. I think I'd be coming home with a new animal almost every day. I'd become one of those animal hoarders. But he's very sweet, and we did meet him a couple weeks ago here on Go Island. He's very affectionate, very sucky, and nuzzle you all the time and likes to play at 16 years old. We're going to throw things over now to Derek Johnstone and Todd Jones. It's an edition of Clocked. I sent the boys on a scavenger hunt looking for some theater traditions. If you've got something, a little tidbit of information about your neighborhood or your city that you think would stump Derek and Todd and Derek, I want to hear from you. kate.bergen@sjrb.ca. These kittens here at the Nanaimo SPCA are so cute. They're so full of energy, so full of personality, and looking for a home. There's lots of events coming up at the Nanaimo branch of the BCSPCA. They have a raffle on right now, a dream flight for two anywhere WestJet flies, and they have their major fundraiser of the year, Pause for Cause, coming up on September the 8th. On Saturday, August 24th, they'll be at the community booth at Woodgrove Center. You can register for the walk and purchase your raffle ticket. They're $10 each. Thanks for watching this edition of Go Island. The kittens are fighting over the toys, and the adults are meowing for treats. So I think I've got some work to do here. We'll see you next time.
Go Island is brought to you by German Auto Import Network. Clothing supplied by Catwalk Fashions. Kate's Hair and Aesthetics provided by Maffeo Salon.